Okay, so we're just going to have a quick look at this one question here. So this question, 2 times 3 root 5 multiplied, multiplied by 2 plus 3 root 5. The fact that it's got a minus and a plus here, this form of multiplying out surds always produces an integer, a non-surd value. So we'll have a look at it, why that is here. Now, actually, I might want to change it a little bit because you could put a multiple like we did in that question there. So I'm going to change that to root C. In fact, I'm going to change it to B. In fact, okay. So I've rewritten it just so as you can have this multiple here of root C. And yes, the point is it's A plus B root C multiplied by A minus root C will always give you a non-surd. And so let's have a look at why that is. Well, first of all, we're going to do the A times the A. So that's going to be A squared. And then we're going to do A times a negative B root C. So let's that gets rewritten as minus A B root C. And then we're going to go B root C multiplied by A. So plus A B root C. So it's this bit here because you're multiplying that by that and then multiplying that by that. These two multiplied together will give you a positive AB root C, and that one will give you a negative AB root C, and so they're always going to cancel out. The remaining thing that needs to be multiplied is these ones. Well, because within that multiplication you're multiplying root C, then that's just going to become C. So B root C multiplied by negative B root C will be B squared C. So that gets cancelled out to A squared minus B squared C, because these ones cancel out. So yeah, just double checking I got that right. Yeah. So these ones, if we assume that A, B, and C were all whole numbers, then you're always going to get a non-surd value if you multiply it like this. Now, this is extremely important because if you're trying to rearrange a surd that might have like 3 minus 2 root 3 multiplied by 4 plus 6 root 6. Well, if you're going to multiply that, you want to get this bottom value here. You want to get rid of that because it's really difficult having a surd underneath. So you can times it by 1, can't you? This is the trick. This is how we simplify things. You can always times something by 1. It'll be the same thing. So 1 is just could be anything divided by itself, right? So whatever you multiply it by, you just multiply it by the opposite of this one, just like this one over here. So we multiply it by that, 6 root 6, and then we have to put that on the top as well, 4 minus 6 root 6. You are going to get, the bottom is going to end up as a whole number. So I'm not going to go through all that bit now because I don't want to go into that, because when we look at that, we'll be able to see how to do those kinds of questions. But you can see that knowing this rule within surds is extremely valuable for solving these kinds of problems, because you can get the bottom bit cancelled out, which means you're just going to have a surd divided by a whole number, which is really, really, really easy to sort out. So that's how you solve these kinds of problems using that rule.